Good afternoon, I'm Graham. I am the Vicar of St Peter's in Cringleford, and I'm going to try and just run through a thought we had shared in our Sunday morning service yesterday in less than 3 minutes. Now, our passage in the Bible was a very well-known one, Jesus feeding the 5,000. Now, if you're not familiar with the story, basically Jesus has gone to a lonely place with his 12 best mates, his disciples, and as they go, everyone runs round and he gets there to find an absolute mass of people. Now, Jesus has compassion on them and he starts to teach them. But as the day goes on, the disciples see a problem coming down the tracks. They notice there are thousands of people and they've got no food. So they take the problem of the world and they go to Jesus and say, Jesus, come on, do something about this. Jesus says to them, well, why don't you go and do something? And they come back with the word, how do we feed them? We've only got 5 loaves and 2 small fish. Now, on the face of that, there is no hope for the feeding of these people. And then there is a verse which changes everything. Jesus said, bring them to me. Take your small amount of stuff, your 5 loaves, your 2 fish, the amount which can't possibly feed a crowd this size, and bring them here to me. Now, as the title, Feeding the 5,000 might hint, he gives thanks, he breaks the bread and the fish, and he feeds more than 5,000 people with 12 baskets collected. Now, there's so much we can get from this story. Firstly, when we see the problems in the world, bring them to Jesus. If we can't feel that we do anything about them, take them to God and say, you know what, Lord, please do something here about this. But what I've noticed is that in this world, and definitely in the church, we're very good, if you like, at counting to 7. We count our 5 loaves of bread and our 2 fish, and we say, Lord, look, we've got very little here. How can we deal with this world's problems? How can we bring peace and love and joy into this world? Maybe we look round our churches and think, what can we do? A small group of people with our gifts and our talents. Maybe we feel very small. But the encouragement of this passage is not just to count to 7. It's to recognise what we've got and then bring it to Jesus and ask him to use the small gifts we've got. Notice he doesn't laugh, he doesn't joke, he doesn't mock the gifts that are brought, but he gives thanks for them and he uses them to feed the people. So today, whatever you are feeling about your gifts, what you can bring, your talents, your skills, whatever you are thinking about your church and your community, let's remember to bring it to Jesus and to ask him to use those gifts, those talents and those skills for the good of this whole world, so that we can see his kingdom of peace and love break into this world.